What's up, taters? This is Tree from treeoflogic.com. Oh, I have a good one for you all today. Oh my God! Judge Joe Brown went in on everybody. This is an excellent interview. I'm going to leave a link in the description. If I forget, please let me know. Sometimes I do forget to put the links in the description box or the pinned comment, but I'm going to do my best to remember it this time. But Kwame Brown interviewed Judge Joe Brown, and Judge Joe Brown went in, honey. He held back no punches. He let it all out. I mean, he was throwing pearls everywhere. This was an excellent interview. And oh my God, it had a lot of insight, a lot of hidden secrets. I guess Judge Joe Brown was like, listen, I'm 73. I think he's 73 or 74 years old. He was like, I ain't gotta hold back nothing. I'm about to let it all out. I'm about to educate you guys on everything. And he did. But the thing about it is that I'm going to take out the part where he actually drags Kamala Harris, okay? Because I can't stand that heifer. I can't stand her, okay? He actually drags her. So I want to focus on that. He does talk about Joe Biden, you know what I'm saying? And he actually lays out a lot about his past. But the most funniest part to me was the Kamala Harris. So I'm going to focus on that one. And I don't know, maybe I'll highlight the Joe Biden one. But to me, the Kamala Harris one was the most funniest. So let's go ahead and get into that one.
And then you got Queenla Imhoff in there. You know who Imhoff is?
No.
Yes, you do.
Who?
Mrs. Imhoff, Vice President of the United States, who goes by her maiden name,
Miss Kamala?
Kamala Harris.
Let me call her Come Queen. Now, hold on. I had no idea. I had absolutely no idea that Kamala Harris was not going by her married name. I thought her married name was Harris. Come to find out, it's actually Imhoff. Her husband's last name is Imhoff. His name is Douglas Imhoff. She doesn't use that name at all. So when Judge Joe Brown said, by that come Queen Kamala Imhoff, I was confused too. I was like, who? He was talking about Kamala Harris. This is golden, dude. And I'm saying the chat was going crazy. Okay, let's finish watching this.
She's got 2 Jewish children she adopted. She married a Jewish husband. Who's got a interesting.
I'm scared to talk about Kamala Harris.
Okay, I did look into that, and yeah. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. This is some stuff I had no idea was an issue. Now, I want you guys to understand how Kamala can blend in with anyone, depending upon who she's with, okay? Right here, she doesn't look like she's Indian or black, does she? So it's amazing how this is a chameleon who can basically blend in with anyone depending upon the narrative. But okay, let's finish going in and listen to Judge Joe Brown go in on this chick.
I'll let you have that one.
No, she's a witch, and she is a corrupt witch. She's been corrupt her whole life, and she fucked her way to the top. They used to detail this witch in the LA Times with her sexual escapades. She fucked damn near everybody trying to get up. She used to be a frat hoe when she was at Howard.
Okay. Hold on, guys. Let me break all that down to you. Okay. Now, These are the pictures. By the way, I think I went to the LA Times. Here we go. I went to the LA Times, and believe it or not, they scrubbed all of the bad things that they ever said about Kamala. I know you all are not like surprised by that, but yeah, she's not on there anymore. But anyway, let's talk about this. So I looked at her pictures in reference to her when she was at the Howard University, and I didn't know this. I guess I just a lot of stuff I just didn't care when it came to Kamala Harris, but she was a member of the black sorority Alpha Kappa Alpha, aka, and when they called her a frat, when Joe Biden called her a frat hoe, these are the most popular black fraternities on black campuses. You have the Phi Beta Sigma. So this, I'm just not gonna go over there. Let's see, the Sigmas, the Qs, the Alphas, and the Kappas. That's all you need to know, right? The Sigmas, Qs, Alpha, and the Kappas. So they said when they call a woman a frat hoe, that means that she goes through every fraternity on the campus. So she either hooks up with a couple of guys from the Sigma fraternity, Qs. Everybody wants a Q dog, so I kind of understand that. And Alphas and the Kappas, right? So that's what he called her a frat hoe. Dude, he called me a frat hoe. I was like, oh my god. All right, let's move it. Hold on, I want to move back a little bit more. Hold on a second. Here we go.
She's a witch, and she is a corrupt witch. She's been corrupt her whole life, and she fucked her way to the top. They used to detail this witch in the LA Times with her sexual escapades. She fucked damn near everybody trying to get be a frat hoe when she was at Howard. And she ain't black. You know
I ain't got to do with this, Miss Harris.
Nah, I mean, well,
He is so. I don't know why Kwame is so scared of Kamala, but this was so uncomfortable for him. But just everybody else in the chat, those of us watching it, we were here for this. This was so funny. This was absolutely hilarious. So let's go back a little.
to the top.
Oh, Lord.
They used to detail this witch in the LA Times with her sexual
Not anymore.
She fucked damn near everybody trying to get to be a frat hoe when she was at Howard. And she ain't black. You know
I ain't got to do with this, Miss Harris.
Nah, I mean, well, don't, but she's
I don't know. I'm just listening.
Well, here's the thing. I actually met her father in Jamaica. I was the guest, sat at the Governor General's table.
By the way, that's not me. I just want y'all to know that I don't know if somebody's speaker is open, but it's either Kwame's speaker is open or Judge Joe Brown's speaker is open. But if you hear that feedback, it's coming from one of their sides, not my side. Okay, I just want to let y'all know that.
He was a professor.
Okay.
And he represents as a Hindu Brahmin. He admittedly has some Irish in him.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The person that Kamala Harris is saying is her black great-grandmother is, in fact, according to Daddy, in an article he wrote, which has now been cleaned up on the online edition of that magazine.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Was a Hindu house servant, not a black woman. So her mother is listed on her birth certificate as Caucasian, even though she's dark. But she's a Hindu Brahmin Tamil caste. Now, interestingly, do you know what the anthropological name is for what Kamala Harris and her parents are?
No, sir.
Indo hyphen Aryan. See, they.
Hold on. I went to go look at this, and I had no idea that this was a thing. I had no idea that Indo-Aryan was a thing. And so I was like, daggone, Joe Brown is actually, this man is like laying out a whole bunch of pearls. He is giving receipts, honey. Receipts after receipts after receipts after receipts. And I was like, oh my God, I had no idea that this was a thing. So yeah, oh God, I'm telling y'all, this was such a good interview. So let's rewind it just a little bit.
No, sir.
Indo hyphen Aryan. See, they are the original Aryans, but Adolf Hitler and his boys told a big lie. The blonde-haired, blue-eyed Aryans from the far north did not exist, never existed. They were the dark to swarthy to paper bag brown, dark-eyed, dark, coarse-haired Indo-Aryans from India.
Mm-hmm.
Those actually settled Germany, and some other people came in from the steppes that lightened everything up a bit.
Mm-hmm.
So that lie is being told. So you got the Aryan Brotherhood, the Aryan Nation. What's going on is the Aryans, they claim to be one with, look like Come Queen Harris, you know.
He keep calling that woman Come Queen. That's my favorite part. He keeps calling her Come Queen Kamala, or Come Queen. Okay, let's back that up a little bit.
North did not exist, never existed. They were the dark to swarthy to paper bag brown. The Aryans, they claim to be one with, look like Come Queen Harris. You know, I guess what she did is, you know, LA Times ranked her out. I was out in LA, you know, when she was
I didn't see this article.
Before that, see, she got out and they ran a thing that when she went to law school, Willie Brown, that was his mistress. They used to have guards.
I heard about that, though.
Where they had one I loved. It was a scene, Willie Brown sitting behind a desk with his tongue hang out, and Kamala is raising up after doing nothing.
Willie Brown was sitting there with his tongue hanging out of his mouth, and Camilla gets off her knees, raising up after doing them. This man is amazing. He is a freaking amazing. I swear. I can't. I don't know what to do anymore. Okay, here we go.
Raising up after doing him, you know. And they ran this thing where he got her a job with a medical supply company that did business with the city of San Francisco. He got her a gig for 15 hours a week for $72,000 a year, and you have to understand that was 35 years ago. And then when they carried a thing where she moved up to 20 hours a week, she getting paid $120 grand for a part-time gig, and he bought her a 750i BMW. She was earning that. So then she had this thing where she was trying to get
He said she was earning it! She was earning it! This man! Judge Joe Brown don't care, dude. Okay? He don't care. All right? He doesn't even care anymore, dude.
BMW.
Oh, God.
She was earning that. So then she had this thing where she was trying to get on with this big firm. They wouldn't hire, so she started screwing one of your buddies, an NBA player who was their biggest client. Who she got hired. So then they ran a scandal sheet on her where she was trying to get on with the DA's office, so she started screwing the deputy chief DA to get her.
So what do you see? I mean, you have a lot of knowledge. As you can see, you got the chat going crazy. You have knowledge that span back 30, 40 years. So what do you
50,
see? 50 years. Yeah. Sorry about that.
So I graduated from college more than a half century ago. So it's been
crazy.
A while.
That's crazy. So do you see it getting worse with the media propaganda, or do you see...
Okay. Anyway, so this is where Kwame just skipped the subject because he was like, dude, I'm not going to do that. I don't know if he's good friends with Kamala or not. But like I said, like the LA Times, they got rid of the article. I was looking at all these old pictures of her and Willie Brown. You know, it's amazing the things that she was involved in, and it's really funny. To me, it's hilarious how he just goes in on her and he just doesn't care. But like I said, this was funny. I wanted to share this with you guys. You gotta go look at the entire video. I don't know if YouTube is gonna allow him to keep it up. Right now, he has over 1 million views. Over 1 million views on this particular video. So I don't know if YouTube is going to allow it to stay up. I hope they do, but just in case, I download my copy. But I'm going to leave a link in the description box below. Please, whatever you do, go over there and check it out, and do it now before they take it down. So let me know what you all think. Do y'all was y'all angry that Kwame like cut him off when he was just going in on Kamala, or you think he should have done you think he did the right thing so he can protect his channel? I don't know. I don't think he's going to be in trouble, but either way, it's pretty funny. Anyway, this is Tree from treeoflogic.com. Thank you guys so much for looking at my video. Please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so as soon as you can, and I look forward to seeing you at the next video. Later, taters.